I'm with this guy. I don't know how you couldn't label it as a downgrade, because that's what it is. It is bizarre to say the least. I don't understand it. If any of you know anything about this, please enlighten us in the comment section. As entertaining as college football has been these past couple of years with the games itself, the transfer portal, NIL, it's also in the weirdest spot it's ever been in, at least in my lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great Wednesday. Hope all of you having a great week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, we got a plethora of topics to get into. But what I'm going to label as the main topic is one of Tennessee's best wide receivers, and he's been really solid for them the past few years, is going to a school that you wouldn't have thought of. I just don't get it. Why in the world would you want to go here? We're going to talk all about that. There's some other transfer portal news we're going to touch on, but also Kirk Herbstreit has quote-unquote set the record straight on the ESPN SEC bias. You're going to want to see what our boy Kirk had to say. Strap in, buckle up, get you a snack, get you a popcorn, get your favorite meal you like to eat when you watch a video, because trust me, I do the same thing. But I am at blah blah, shut the crap up, now that further ado, let's get into it. Hold on. Matt B. Bald, not my name. I was 18 years old in 1988, and I still have all my hair. Did this guy just try to flex having hair on me? What are we doing? I've seen a lot of wild things on social media, but I ain't ever seen someone try to flex having hair on another person. This guy didn't even mean it as a joke, and I know that because look, he put space, then a period. He's trying to send a statement. Sorry, Marv, not my name, for the harsh things I said. That's all right, we all make mistakes. But happy 67th birthday. So now I'm 67. Also, Bama still goes 8-5 and wins the Sun Bowl. Maggie B. Saggy. That's a first on the channel. Back with another banger. Thank you so much, my glorious little minion. Bro, who you think you talking to? You not grew on Despicable Me? I ain't your minion. Last time Notre Dame won the Natty was when Matt was born. Hashtag. All right. No more comments. We're done. Every time I'm like, oh, we ain't checked in the comment section in a while. Let's take a look at it. This is what we get. These were the first 45 comments I've seen. And these will be the last 45 comments I see. Let's get into the football stuff. First things first, let's start with this. I can't even believe we're talking about it. The news has just been released that Arizona State star quarterback Sam Leavitt has signed a new deal. Not with a new team, but with the same team. Shaking my head, man, shaking my head. As entertaining as college football has been these past couple of years with the games itself, the transfer portal, NIL, it's also in the weirdest spot it's ever been in, at least in my lifetime. We got announcements coming out that players are signing a new deal with the same team they're already on. What have I been trying to tell y'all? It's not college football anymore. It's the NFL JV. Don't really have too much to say about that. Congratulations, I guess. Moving along here. Everybody was tagging me in this. I'm not too sure why, because I don't know what you expect me to say. Boise State star running back. You know him. Ashton Jeanty. He's sent to the NFL draft. Whoever wrote this made a big whoopsie daisy. They put Ashton Jeanty has forgoed. That's not how you say it, partner. It's will forgo. I didn't expect him to come back, because why would he come back? No point of it. His draft status says an all-time high, and he has nothing left to prove. It doesn't make any sense to even really consider coming back, no matter how much money they offer you. If I had to guess, I would say, you're talking about late second, worst case scenario, early fourth round pick. People don't like hearing this, and it's totally fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm just telling you the cold hard facts. He's nothing special. I said it all year long, and I stood 10 toes down on that, and I will continue to stand 10 toes down on that. And when people hear that, they also go, oh, well, Matt thinks Ashton Jeanty's not that good. What is he talking about? I never said that. I said he's not special. Ashton Jeanty is a really good running back. But that's all he is, just good. Many more things I could say about that. But moving along here to our, I guess I'd call it our third topic, since we talked about Sam Leavitt and Mr. Ashton Jeanty. Kirk Herbstreit. Brother, this guy's been finding himself in so much trouble. Well, not really trouble, just controversy ever since Florida State got snubbed last year. Kirk Herbstreit has really been rubbing a lot of college football fans, not just Florida State Seminole fans, the wrong way the past year or so. If you don't know why people haven't been too fond of Kirk recently, it's because they think he has SEC bias, but this is what I really think it is. Most importantly, they think he loves Alabama, which if you gotta ask me, I think it's comical. Who's been the best program the past 15 years? Alabama. So when Kirk Herbstreit gets up here and hypes him up, I don't understand why people are so bad about it, because they've been the best. It's a fact. Secondly, when Kirk Herbstreit hypes up not just Bama, but the SEC and people get mad at it, don't understand that one either, because who's been the best conference the past 20 years? The SEC, and we could do this all day long. I've tried telling y'all this. If people are not SEC fans and somebody hypes up the SEC, or not even hypes them up, but just gives them credit. Other people out here, they lose their minds. They're like, no, SEC not that good. They're overrated. It's crazy. You see it happen on this channel all the time, but with Kirk Herbstreit, it happens too. And it's like one thing I've always said. If I sit up here right now and tell you guys, Alabama's been the best college football program the past 15 years, is that me having Alabama bias? Or is that reality? Is it a fact? I do pride myself in being an analyst before a Bama fan first, but this isn't some hidden secret. I am an Alabama fan. But with me being an Alabama fan and stating Alabama's been the best team in college football the past 15 years, it's not bias, it's just a coincidence. It just so happens that, I cover college football and I'm also a Bama fan. You get the point. And it's why I don't really explain myself too much, because people are going to form their own opinions and you can't change some people's mind, and I'm not going to try to convince people otherwise. Moving along here, sorry for that mini rant. The point is, college football fans out here, they think me and Kirk Herbstreit are the biggest Alabama and SEC homers out there. Herbstreit is obviously way more of a bigger person in the college football world and also way more important than me, so I have it on a smaller scale. But Herbstreit finally had enough last year. He wound up going off on Florida State fans. I'm not going over all that again. If you remember it, you remember it. Been going back and forth with some people on Twitter, and I've even made videos stating that Kirk Herbstreit just needs to stop replying to people like, dude, you are Kirk Herbstreit. You're worth tens of millions of dollars. Why are you replying to randos on Twitter? Stupidest thing ever. That's also a different conversation for a different day. Getting on track here, here's Kirk Herbstreit, and I quote, setting the record straight on ESPN SEC bias. I'm not sure if I can show the clip. I don't know who owns the copyrights to it, so I'm just going to read off what he said. We could not have paid for a better Final Four with Notre Dame, Ohio State, Penn State, and Texas. The only one missing is Michigan. So this idea we want Alabama, Texas A&M, and Auburn, are you kidding me? And like you could guess and assume, and probably people are going to do in this video, people are crucifying him on Twitter. This is truly sad now, Kirk. ESPN literally owns the SEC network, has partnered with the conference for decades, and pushes their narratives consistently, you most of all, and now you're saying ESPN and you don't want SEC teams in the playoffs over these other teams? Delusional. Not going to do it. Told myself getting ready for this video I'm not going to do it. I am not going on an SEC rant. Not happening. Here's all I'm going to say about it. Where are the best football players born and raised? The Southeast. It's not a coincidence that all those best players born in the Southeast go to, guess where? SEC schools. The SEC eats, breathes, and sleeps college football. And here's a different conversation for a different day as well. The SEC is kicking everybody's butts in college basketball as well. If y'all been paying attention to that, they're the best conference in college basketball too now. Granted, they're just the best in college basketball this year, but I don't know. I think the SEC basketball, it's really on the rise because they've been good the past couple of years. College baseball, same thing. The best athletes, not just in football, but period the end, are born in the Southeast. It's very simple to understand. To go back to Kirk's point, though, I think he's 100% right. We got a great Final Four. We got a really good Final Four with four, what I'd say, programs with major fan bases. It should be good to say the least, but moving along here to the main topic of the main encore, main reason you clicked onto this video. What in the world is going on in Rocket Tap, Tennessee? Tennessee's in a weird position, man, because heading into the season, that fan base had all-time high, but the way the season ended, everybody's kind of left asking the same question. Are we ever going to get past 9, 10 wins? Are we really going to be that great of a team eventually? Don't know. I'm not saying this is like set in stone, but it appears to seem that with Josh Heupel, aka Bobby Hill, Tennessee has hit their ceiling. I'll talk more about Bobby Hill and the Tennessee program in a different video, but here's what we need to focus on. The offensive side of the ball. I believe I said this. Yeah, I did say it after the Ohio State thumping of the Volunteers. Tennessee's offense, or more importantly, Josh Heupel's offense, he's got to change it. It is nothing more, nothing less than a gimmick. It's gimmicky. It reminds me of something you're going to see on NCAA 25. It is not a real deal offense. It works occasionally, but against real big-time college football teams, not going to work. But here's another thing we need to talk about. Nico Iamaleava appears to be not as good, I guess we'll say, as we thought he was going to be. I'm going to remind some of y'all, this was a very prestigious 5-star recruit. Not a 3-star, not a 4-star, no, a 5-star. And they're paying him $8 million. $8 million. Now, let me ask you a question, Tennessee fans. Has Nico Iamaleava been playing like an $8 million quarterback? I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. I don't think so. And I know what you're sitting there saying, well, man, I thought we were talking about a wide receiver, and we are about to get to it, but all this, it gives you context for what we're about to get into. I'm labeling him as one of Tennessee's better wide receiver. I wouldn't call him a star, but Squirrel White, who had over 1,600 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns in his 3 years at Tennessee, he entered the transfer portal. I think he entered the portal because, number one, that offense is nothing but a pure gimmick, like I stated. Number two, Nico hasn't been getting him the ball. He should have got the ball more this year. It's as plain and as simple as that. But it's not really him leaving so much, and as me talking about this, it's where he's going. Tennessee's wide receiver, Squirrel White, has decided to go to the Seminoles. What? The Seminoles? Buddy, I get it. Like I just stated, it wasn't all too great at Tennessee. You didn't get the ball as much as you probably like. But the Seminoles? They won 2 games. And by the way, we talk about Nico not living up to the hype, but who in the heck is the Seminoles quarterback? And I'm glad to see other people are asking this in the comment section. It's what I'm wondering. Who's going to be throwing him the football? I'm with this guy. I don't know how you couldn't label it as a downgrade, because that's what it is. Somebody quote tweeted it. It's trending on Twitter. He left a dumpster fire and chose to run inside a burning building instead. All right, let's calm down. I wouldn't label Tennessee as a dumpster fire. That's kind of stretching it, or not kind of. No, it is stretching it. But I tell you this much. Me labeling Florida State as a dumpster fire, that might be sugarcoating it. Florida State at this point in time is pretty much like a community college. Got one of the worst coaches in all college football, have zero culture. It is a wreck. I don't know why he would do this, man. I don't. Because it's not like he didn't have any other options. He could have went to a much better school. He could have been a starter for an SEC school or Big Ten school. I don't think Squirrel White's amazing by any stretch of imagination, but facts are facts. 1,600 receiving yards in the SEC, that's not shabby. And it'd make a little bit more sense if Florida State already had an established quarterback, but they don't. It is bizarre to say the least. I don't understand it. If any of you know anything about this, please enlighten us in the comment section. Many more things I could say. Want it off here. Let me know your thoughts down below. But